It is December the 30th, 2021. I'm Andy, and this is the Minorcan Mullet Report from the Golden Ray wreck site in the St.simons Sound. Well, we got a photo here of the Mars war machine outbound. This was a day or two ago, and those are remnants of Section 4 headed off. There's still a little bit more left. This barge was headed off for Gibson, Louisiana. The Rachel has left Brunswick with a barge headed for Texas. And those vessels are on their way, making their tracks towards the Gulf of Mexico. If you guys like to track them, they're headed out that way. Well, the Pacific was on the move today, headed from the Port of Brunswick out to the wreck site. We got out on the water and got a little video of this taking place. And anytime one of these massive pieces of equipment is being moved around, it is just awe-inspiring to see something like this being moved. The Pacific is the smaller of the derrick barges that is over in the Port of Brunswick. The massive Thor is over there still working on those remnants of Section 4. They still have a little bit more to go over there. But the Pacific is headed out to the site where they are going to engage the piling system and begin pulling that up. We know that we've seen the barges coming in where they're going to place those pilings on, so all those pieces are beginning to fall into place. Now the barges are here, and they're getting the Pacific moved out, and hopefully we'll see some pilings begin to be removed from the Sound here very shortly. The Mr. Jonah was out front of the Pacific on the bridle, pulling the derrick barge out to the site, and the Pacific Dawn was the tug that was trailing the operation. So it looks like these two tugs are going to be utilized out at the site with the Pacific, either helping to move the barge around a little bit here and there, maybe setting anchors, whatever it takes to keep the Pacific in position where it can swing out and get to those pilings to begin pulling them. They were making pretty good headway, and as we could see later on in the afternoon, they got out there and it looks like they were working on getting in position. Now on the Pacific itself, we could see what appears to be some vibratory equipment. This will probably be utilized to assist in some of those stubborn pilings, getting them out by vibrating them as they apply tension to pull them up. But we could see that equipment on the deck of the Pacific. The sailing vessel Lynx was out today, here under sail. She was on charter with a guest aboard, and they were out kind of sailing around the St.simons Sound, passing by the site. This is a vessel that we have seen many times out on the water, and we thought we'd share that with you. And is it just me, or does this piling system seem to now, with it kind of empty in there, it begins to look like Stonehenge out there? Here we see the tug Minorcan and the Cheetah. They're out on that Weeks barge. These guys are still working that jet system down in the water. I think they're trying to get some stuff loosened up there. And this is taken from St.simons in late afternoon. You see the Pacific was in position, and they had picked up the boom on the crane. So it looks like they may have been setting some anchors and getting ready to go to work. Well, hey, that's going to do it for the report today. You see a little sunset over the sound. We're going to ask, if you haven't done it yet, to click on that subscribe button. Send us some comments. But most of all, we want you guys to stay safe out there.